Okay, Jeff Carter, Mike Flanagan here with you. It's the 2013 Storm True Amateur Tournament. It's a summer classic today, very early in the week. It's Tuesday qualifying. We are watching the first squad today. They're in about their second game. We've been getting our booth set up, talking with some of the great folks here. A lot of history here at the TAT tournament over the years, and here at InsideBowling.com, we're very, very happy to be bringing you the action here. We'll be here today. We'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Jeff Carter will be with me through Friday. Also joining us on our broadcast will be Steve Klimkin and many other great guests, including Jamie McWilliams, whose dad started this tournament. Also Brad Edelman, of course, who's in charge of the True Amateur Tournament. It's truly his event. And, of course, all of our Storm comrades that are here. Jeff Carter, how are you this morning?
Good, Michael. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. Little under the weather. I got the Advil sinus medicine here, but
shameless plug.
We're working it through, buddy. We are working it through. We'll keep us up on the screen, but we'll head out. We'll show you some action here out on the lanes as we are here as well. And Jeff, it's really exciting. Somebody's going to win $20,000.
Yeah, Widmar Vargas won the January TAT for $20,000. Using the Gold IQ Tour, so maybe we'll see a repeat performance from the Gold Ball this week.
The Gold Ball, yeah.
And then, and actually, we had the first Storm Incentive 300 game yesterday, bowled by Brian Dennis. He was using a freaking Frantic. So the way the qualifying squads work is, if you bowl a 300 game with a Storm patch and using a Storm ball, you can get a $300 bonus. So.
$300 with a Storm patch, Storm ball. That's pretty cool, Jeff. I know we've got some patches. I think we've got them right here. So
we got quite a few up here at the booth.
If you want to come on down and participate in this thing right here, you can get yourself one of these Storm patches here, and you can get involved in this event, and you can win $300 if you shoot 300. Yesterday, there's so many different divisions here. I was looking over at the board, Jeff, and the bowlers, first of all, are bowling on a 37-foot oil pattern with about 28 milliliters of oil. And one thing that you see about this particular pattern is it looks like it's pretty slick from what I've been able to see. But when the lane stops oiling, it's at 28 feet on the way down, I believe it is, and on the way back, it doesn't take a long time to come back before it starts applying oil. So we should see plenty of hold in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, I agree. And just from watching yesterday and seeing how the various skill levels, people playing all over the lane. You've got some higher caliber bowlers that are playing a certain part of the lane. Then you've got some of your handicap bowlers that are playing a different part of the lane. In a lot of cases, they're crossing with each other, coming to the same pair. So it'd be interesting to see how things transition throughout the week. But the pattern to me looks like it plays very similar to the PBA version of Viper. So, but and this being a Brunswick Pro-Am lane surface, it's going to play a little bit tighter. So for the most part, we've seen a lot of strong bowling balls going down the lane.
I want to welcome in our friends to the chat. Chris Hester's joining us this morning. He says, "Look at those guys."
Hi, Chris Hester. How are you today, sir?
And each day we're going to be wearing different colors, as we've been hooked up with a different color shirt each day. Today it's the lime green. In case you missed it, here's another great shot of us.
You guys missed the brilliant green. Blue yesterday. So.
Yeah, they sure did. We see a lot of new bowlers here. You know, Inside Bowling, this is our farthest west event that we've ever broadcast. So not as familiar with the bowlers. Can't wait to meet them all and get to know them along the way. And if you're in the chat and you're watching these great bowlers bowl and you want to help us out with names and who folks are and backstories, that's what we do here. We're very interactive. We're very happy to be here to let you help us with this broadcast.
And while the TAT's going on, we also have some of our Storm salesmen down up on the high end doing some matchmakers and a little bit of some instructions and things like that. We've got Steve Todd, Don Mose, Tyler Jensen, all up on the high end. In the check-in room, anybody that enters this event does get a Storm bowling ball for their entry. I believe they get a sink for the entry and a spare ball, and they can actually upgrade their spare ball to an IQ Tour Pearl. So down up in the or up in the check-in room, we've got Corbett Austin, who's the VP of Operations for Storm, and Steve Klumpkin, who is the technical director. So they're in there passing out bowling balls, helping with layouts and some other things if people want to get that taken care of while they're here. I've seen a lot of people actually going into the pro shop here, getting their new balls drilled to be able to use them this week. So it's kind of nice to see the fruits of our sponsorship paying off immediately by seeing a lot of Storm and Road Grip bowling balls going down the lane this week.
You know what else is pretty cool is we've got this monitor by us now that's actually got the volume turned up a little bit. So I actually hear us broadcasting here live in the bowling center just off to our right. Something kind of new.
You know, also joining us this week is our video guru, Louis Wimet. He was out here for Bowl Expo, taking a lot of video of you, interviewing a lot of the guys, and I know a lot of those videos are already posted on the Storm YouTube channel, so make sure you guys go check out the Storm YouTube channel. A lot of interesting stuff, ball review videos, and I think some comedy hour stuff was posted up the other night.
Well, yeah, actually the Bowl Expo videos, I'm beginning to archive each particular one, edit them and get them out. And if you go over to the Inside Bowling YouTube channel, you'll be able to see those. But Louis does such a good job. He favorites all the Inside Bowling posts that I've put up. And there's a hilarious one with Steve Todd and Doan Mose that is one you just don't want to miss. It's pretty good.
I think those guys are unidentical twins.
I do recognize a couple of bowlers here this morning, and they're not on our feature pair, but they're just off to the side here. Ted Pritz is here from Texas. He's a member of Team Motive, and he helped me with the TNBA broadcast. He sat in the booth with myself and Eric Kearney from the USBC, and he is here, and I see him. He has the first 5 over on lanes 15 and 16. So
I've recognized a few guys that have been bowling. One of the guys that I've actually given some lessons to in the last year, and he attended our Storm University in Springfield, Illinois about a month ago. Brian Schnettler is down there bowling, I believe, on one of our featured pairs on 23 and 24. So I talked to him a little bit about this event that week when he was in town. He had asked me if I thought it was a good idea to come bowl this event. And there's so many different divisions, and it's a great opportunity for bowlers of all ages and skill levels to come out here and compete for $20,000. So.
And I believe on lanes 23 and 24, we just saw Bryson Rogers bowling on lane 23. He is now living in the Carolinas, I believe. Help me out in the chat. But he was out here bowling in Utah, going to the University of Utah when I lived out in Utah in 2002 and got to know Bryson very well. And he's very interested in live streaming also. So probably stop by and join us sometime this week. I want to welcome in Yikes to the chat. Yikes, what do you got for us here today? You got some comments there? Be a little more specific for us. So yeah, day one of about 5, I guess it is. We'll be crowning a $20,000 champion Saturday evening, as I mentioned, and we'll be here all week through the True Amateur Tournament. We've got Brad Edelman will be hanging out with us today, telling some True Amateur Tournament stories. Probably also want to touch on some of the high roller stuff. Bowlers that are bowling well right now, I see them playing about 20 to 13-ish.
Like I said, you know, with a tighter lane surface, depending on how much hang there is to the right, there's a lot of bowlers going to want to jump further left quick. I think that would play a little bit easier for most styles to get away from that hang spot. You may see some of the higher average bowlers stay a little bit farther right, going fairly direct and just trying to keep the ball in line until some hold opens up and then some friction spots start to develop. But it's kind of interesting to see the different styles and skill levels kind of intermixed as to to how they're both playing the pattern in totally separate ways.
Last night, Jeff, we had a chance to head out to a baseball game here, a little AAA affiliate. Got to see Ike Davis play last night.
Yeah, a little Las Vegas Area 51 action. It was only 112 degrees out at the ballpark last night. Luckily, we were luckily we were in an air-conditioned suite.
We were
not only taking advantage of the air conditioning, but the pretty incredible $9.50 beef spread that they had with tri-tip and the pulled pork barbecue. So that was, the house lost its edge with us on that $9.50 deal.
So we're getting a look at lanes 23 and 24. We've also got lanes 17 and 18 for you, and lanes 11 and 12 spread out throughout the house.
Those will be the 3 pair that we have our cameras on all week. So as the qualifying squads come across and they move from pair to pair, you should see quite a few different bowlers throughout the week coming across our feature pairs.
So this is new. This is definitely new to me, the True Amateur Tournament. It's an event that I've heard a lot about over the years, and they have a website too that you can go out to, and I believe it's trueamateurtournaments.com.
It is.
I
happen to have it open on my browser right here already. So they have a lot of different events that they're a part of, different ones throughout the year. And they are also part of the high roller as well. So,
yeah, if you head over to trueamateurtournaments.com, you can see that we're live streaming, and you can see that there's a classic brochure on there. You can head over and check out the results from yesterday. And there's not too many tournaments nowadays throughout the United States, especially for amateurs, where you can win $20,000.
No, that'd be a nice prize fund even on tour right now.
Yeah, it sure would. The 2012 TAT champion, as I'm looking at the front page here, Stuart McMillan won $20,000 last year. Stephen Dale $10,000. Jan Cruz $7,500. Fourth place Kelly Uria $6,000, and fifth place was $5,000. So, and the total finals payout last year was almost $180,000.
That's pretty incredible. It's a good thing that Brad and his group have going on. A lot of different opportunities, a lot of different types of events that they put on. It's a full-time job for them. Brad handed me a list of his staff. Just kind of a little shout out to some of the people behind the scenes that are putting this whole thing together and making this whole thing run. We've got Jamie McWilliams, who's the tournament director. Wendy McPherson, most of you probably know who Wendy is. Wendy's one of the greatest women bowlers of all time. Tremendous champion from here in Vegas. Kendall Smith, Becky Herman, James Altman, Ed Dufek, Buddy DeLuca's here, Jim Bill, Chuck Dimmick, Pam Nunez, Peter Hagen, and Alicia Larson. So those are the people that are behind the scenes making all this run. As well as a big shout out to our employer, Storm Bowling Products, for being the sponsor of this event, putting a lot of promotional work and focus into events like this to help not only events that are on the PBA tour, but amateur events throughout the country. So big thanks to everybody involved for this event.
Absolutely. Patrick Johnson checking in on Facebook with us, wants to say hello. Hello, Patrick. How about all these new Storm staffers, Jeff? We got Mike Wolf back, Mike Fagan, Kelly Kulik.
It's been an interesting summer so far. I actually bowl some events with Mike Wolf, and we talked about over dinner one night about some possible things, and and I was pretty happy to hear that there was a chance that we were going to get him back. Mike and I are very good friends, and
I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
If Wolf's watching.
I'm sure he isn't, but Hester is, so he's probably already on the phone with him right now.
Oh, he is. Yeah, it's a direct link.
Yeah, those two. I don't know where one stops, the other one ends sometimes. But signing Fagan was a huge deal. I know Mr. Chrisman's a big fan of Michael Fagan. Mike is not only a tremendous bowler, but a tremendous person. Very knowledgeable about the sport, very respectful for all the aspects of it. Mike's just a good guy all the way around. And then signing Kelly that was big, adding her to the Storm ladies staff, giving us an opportunity to help grow that side of things. I know that you and I had some long conversations about some things yesterday, and the envision of what you and I both would like to see happen with women's bowling. So getting Kelly on board was was a great deal for us, as well as Shannon Pulowski. So
yeah, that's a new one that's getting added to the old roto grip side of things. So pretty cool, really cool.
A lot of good things happening in Utah right now. We're coming off. May was our best month ever in the history of the company. And
Meaning in the amount of bowling balls that were produced.
Correct. And then June beat it. So good things happening for us right now.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Hey, welcome in, everybody. It's the first day of this event. It's the 2013 TAT Summer Classic. It's the Tuesday qualifying portion. 1 out of 8 individuals make it into the big dance, where you have a chance to win $20,000. I'm Mike Flanagan. Jeff Carter's here as well with me. The Orleans beautiful bowling center, hotel, and casino just off the strip. Thursday's 4th of July, Jeff, and I'm looking forward to watching all these fireworks out here.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to watch fireworks anywhere, being able to see all of them from the casinos on the rooftops of the casinos going off should be pretty interesting. So looking forward to that.
I'm actually going to try to time it. I'm actually going to go out in a little trooper boat out in the middle of those Bellagio fountains, and I'm going to see if I could just get myself hoisted up high enough to watch all the fireworks.
I guess I should probably go ahead and prepare some bail money for you.
Yeah, there you go.
To get you out of jail, because I doubt Kim's going to want to do it.
That's true.
She'll probably vote to leave you in jail.
Oh, boy. Hey, we got to give a shout out to your buddy Dennis Hacker, too. And what a great job you two did at the IB Open. I haven't had a chance to thank you publicly yet, but, man, nice work on that broadcast.
Well, I hate to thank Dennis for anything.
That's true.
I'll say that because I doubt he's watching right now. He's probably at home working. But I'll actually see him this weekend. We're running 2 tournaments together back home in Springfield this weekend, so looking forward to both of those. And then I head up to Detroit to work the Collegiate Expo for Turbo Grip. So got a lot coming on, and then head from there to Dayton for the Proprietors Cup with you. So we get reunited here in about another week and a half.
We do. I'll tell you what, I got to pinch myself sometimes just realizing that 2.5 years ago, this inside bowling thing didn't even exist, and now I get to wake up different days, and not only am I director of marketing now for Storm, which, boy, that's just an incredible feeling, but now I get to work with you, and I got to sit with Randy and Norm and Pete and these guys at Bowl Expo and all the great people I get to work with. It's really a dream come true, man.
This is definitely a much more enjoyable job than actually throwing the bowling ball and doing some of the other things. So it's a little bit more relaxed. Get to sit up here, talk about bowling, talk about different things that are going on in the industry. So, and then chat with everybody that's out in the chat room. So.
Yeah, I made it to the Grand Boot Hill this year. Woody Demma's actually here in Vegas hanging out. He came by and said hello.
Saw Woody yesterday walking around.
We did that deal, and that's all archived on the YouTube channel. It was a very great event. We're here now. We were at Bowl Expo. Also on this Sunday, I'm going to be doing the ABT finals with Randy. I got to move all this equipment over to Sam's Town. Sunday night, we're going to be crowning a champion over there for multiple thousands of dollars again. And then, I go home for 3 days and then head on out to Beaverview Bowl in Dayton, Ohio for the Proprietors Cup. And then I got a couple of weeks off, and then inside bowling will be down at the Lucy Bonneau doubles tournament that Donna Connors puts on. We're really excited about being part of that event as well. So a lot of live streaming.
That's a pretty awesome event for those of you that aren't familiar with the Lucy Bonneau. They raise a lot of money for breast cancer awareness, and I believe it's part of the Susan G. Komen Foundation, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But they do a tremendous job. That event started years ago as a mixed doubles event, and they started drawing a lot of the big names from around the country. I believe last year was the first year that it became a PBA regional, and it keeps growing and growing. They fill it every year. It's a tremendous opportunity to go bowl in a great event with great competition, good prize fund, tough lane conditions. So that's another good one that's on the docket.
I'm not used to this West Coast time zone. Those of you that have already had lunch on the East Coast and the Midwest, we're looking forward to eating some lunch here after this squad. Really looking forward to digging into some food.
I'm thinking the buffet today.
Yeah, I like the Jimmy Buffett.
I think we should crush the buffet today, as long as Steve, Todd, and Doan aren't going with us.
Right.
And then come back and do a little broadcasting this afternoon for you fine folks at home.
Brett Shepard checking in. Says the buffet is amazing here.
And Brett Shepard would know.
Brett Shepard, one of the shirt colors we do have is a shade of purple. So that particular day we will dedicate to you, Brett Shepard.
Why not In-N-Out Burger? That's actually a good point. There's one right down the street, but I don't think we're going to be leaving the building since it's about 180 degrees outside in the shade. So it's nice and cool inside here. I'd rather just run downstairs and grab something to eat and come right back up than have to go out and brave traffic and the heat. But I'm pretty sure that In-N-Out Burger will be consumed at some point before I head home.
I'll tell you what, though, if anybody here locally is watching, we would be more than happy to take some In-N-Out Burger delivered.
Just let us know, and I'll go ahead and place my order now.
Right. I can't wait to get Steve Klimpkin in the booth. I've been talking to Steve about all this live streaming stuff, and we're going to be at headquarters together. And he's kind of the Storm video guy. Louis uses him a lot for videos, and I'm looking forward to having him up here too.
Steve's kind of our version of Throwbot.
Yep, that makes sense. So it looks like score-wise, 186. Got a possible 225. Possible 216 and 154 here. So scoring pace a little all over the board. Game number 2 of the first qualifying block is about to be in the books. And we will have game number 3 coming up here in just a little bit. Mike Flanagan, Jeff Carter here with you. Happy to have you here on this Tuesday morning or afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're in. You're watching InsideBowling.com TV. Tell your friends, get out on Facebook, Twitter. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we also got to mention that Brad Edelman, the True Amateur Tournament's been doing this for a very long time here at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. All this weekend is brought to you by Storm Bowlers Company. Weather's been extremely warm here this week, Jeff. Record days. As a matter of fact, Woody was trying to get someone to go out to Death Valley with him, as they believe it was going to be the highest recorded day in the history of since we've been keeping track of it as human beings. It was supposed to be about 134 degrees out in Death Valley. But it's been very, very warm. I believe, what was it, about 115 yesterday?
Yeah, I think actually I think when we got to the ballpark last night, it was still around 114, and that was at 6:30 at night. So
this is a beautiful place here. It's a gorgeous facility. It's a nice facility. There's everything you can do here. There's a sports book, a Keno parlor.
We went to a movie the other night.
Table games. Yeah, we went to the movies. And when we go to the movies, too, in case anybody's watching back home at home office, we are doing video research and development while we were there, trying to get ideas on how to make our videos better. Bryson Rogers going to be in the 190s. Just a reminder, too, we promote everything here at InsideBowling.com. We got a big telecast coming up tonight on the CBS Sports Network. PBA's working very hard out there. Exciting new news for them as we interview Jeff Reese and Tom Clark at Bowl Expo. Those will be archived and put up shortly in the next couple of days. But a new deal with ESPN, a 5-year contract. Professional bowling is alive and well. And tonight you can catch a great event that took place in Milwaukee. I was not there to see it, so I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching that tonight live on the CBS Sports Network.
Tonight's telecast features Michael Fagan, Norm Duke, and Pete Weber from our company. So excited to see those guys bowl.
And don't forget, you can tweet us at #InsideBowling, and we can get your tweets up. As a matter of fact, this guy here, Jeff Carter 1295, says join us live. #InsideBowling at the Orleans. So pretty cool. That's a cool feature. Also want to thank Brian Burkhart for being back home, monitoring our stream, making sure everything looks good. He's given us the green thumbs up. As a matter of fact, it's to the point now, Jeff, where Brian actually colors his entire thumb green on the mornings of our live streams. So when he raises that thing up in the air, Sammy and Ben, his 2 kids, they know that Dad's giving the green thumbs up to us no matter where we are. So, Brian, thank you for calling your thumb green.
And I think with just a little bit more experience, you can do that as well. So
you're right.
Brian will understand the joke there.
Yep. A little more experience, I'll get to figure this live streaming out before you know it.
For those of you that are just joining us, we do have a mix of some scratch and handicap bowlers coming across, so you're going to see a lot of different styles and skill levels. So this is a somewhat competitive event for a lot of people, but there's a lot of people out here that are maybe in that 130 to 150 average bracket that are receiving quite a bit of handicap, and they're competing for prize money just the same as the higher average bowlers. They are competing on a 37-foot high roller pattern, 28 mils of oil. Looks like the ratio is about 2.5 to 1. Maybe a little bit higher than that. So it's not impossible, but it's also not easy. So you're going to see an awful lot of errant shots, throughout the day. It's just a matter of how the bowlers adjust, adapt, make spares, so on and so forth. So.
Hey, Jeff, David York checks in, says, Inside Bowling is now my addiction since I'm a stay-at-home dad. It's the next best thing. Thank you very much for the stream. We appreciate that, Mr. York.
Always like to hear stuff like that.
I want to welcome in our viewers. We're anticipating pushing 700-800 viewers when we crown a $20,000 champion Saturday evening. We've also got this cool thing called the Storm Shootout. It's going to be coming up later in the week, where bowlers
it's Thursday night, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Bowlers will be able to go across the lanes, and once you don't strike, you're out. We'll be crowning a $5,000 champion there. So,
looking forward to that. We'll be kind of emceeing that one and having a little bit of fun with it. Have some music playing while they're going, and you and I will both be covering that one as well. So, definitely looking forward to that event. That should be a lot of fun.
We've got a third chair up here, as you can see up on your screen. This is going to be reserved for Brad Edelman, and his staff are going to come up and give us some more information. I'm sure Wendy McPherson will join us in the booth. But hey, it's early in the week, and I'm just trying to get a gauge for all the history and all the great things that have happened here with this event over the years. Have you ever participated in one of these events, or were you already too far along in your career that you weren't eligible?
Back in the late 80s, I bowled, I think, 3 of the, a lot of you out there may remember when the Mega Bucks, one of the bigger ones was called the American Dream Classic. I bowled in that event 3 times at Samstown. Other than that, I was kind of out of bowling for a little while at that point in my life. I wasn't really doing a lot other than some local stuff. I'd gotten into drag racing and building show cars for a while, so I was doing a lot more of that and a lot less high-end competitive bowling. So I think I bowled it out here at Samstown for 3 years, and that was about it for my Mega Buck career.
I know Brad runs quite a few tournaments throughout the year. This is not the only one. And if you want to find out more information about all those great tournaments that are put on out here, just go over to trueamateurtournaments.com.
I also believe you go to highroller.com, I think is the other one. So
I think it's high-roller.
Okay.
I like how you have your Facebook arranged there. You've actually got the chat over on the left.
Absolutely.
How'd you do that?
Oh, you mean on?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how that just automatically happened.
Mine's usually over on the right. See, I got it over here on the right. How'd you do that?
Hard telling.
Look at you. You're just going along over there. You're just taking care of business.
That's how I roll.
I'm sure there's a setting over here, surely.
Just let me think that I'm special just for once.
Advanced settings. Did you actually click on that tab? Wow, this is pretty cool. I'm just happy that you allow me to chat with you on Facebook. I know you're in such high demand and everything.
I don't know about all that. Things are pretty busy, though. We've got a lot of things going on with the Storm University program. A lot of things that we're working on. Personally, I have a potential announcement coming up probably next weekend when it'll be official. Don't want to spill the beans just yet, but I have potentially another job title that will be added to.
Did you get that role in that movie?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings 12?
I'm the punching bag in Rocky 16, I think.
Okay.
So.
If you could change and I could change, everybody can change.
I think that our movie quote marathon that we had last night at the ballpark is starting to go to your head.
That was really good.
So I think we're going to set up a challenge. You know, apparently Kelly Kulik is really, really good at movie trivia and quotes. So I think we're going to set up some sort of a challenge for me and Kelly to go head-to-head for movie quotes. Chris Hester's got to be good at that kind of stuff because he sits at home all day with nothing to do, so he probably knows every line from every movie and all kinds of useless trivia, so I don't want to go head-to-head with him.
I want to welcome in our man, Louie. Oh, Louie. We call him King Louie around here. He's on the broadcast right now in the chat. Game number 3 of 3 on this 11 o'clock squad.
And once again, you know, we're starting to see the lanes transition quite a bit. Some of the players that had started, you know, fairly far left, we're starting to see the front part of the lane go away on some pairs. Some pairs where people played a little bit farther right are actually developing pretty nice. So this is definitely going to be one of those events that it's going to depend on what pair you hit when as to what your potential score could be.
So if I'm seeing the skip procedure correctly, Ted Pritz was on 15 and 16, and now he's bowling on lanes 25 and 26.
You know, and everybody watching at home, kind of bear with us a little bit, especially today. We're still kind of learning the format of what's going on, the skipping procedures, and so on and so forth. And we're hoping to have some of the tournament officials come on throughout the day, today and tomorrow, to kind of help explain, the different qualifying squads and the chance tournaments that they're having. I came up first thing this morning. They already had what they call a chance tournament going on the floor. So there's a lot of different things, a lot of different parts to this event that we may not know all the ins and outs yet, but we're hoping to very soon.
Yeah, we'll by the time we get this thing figured out, tomorrow morning we'll be like Laurel and Hardy or Abbott and Costello. We'll have the whole thing figured out.
Who's on first?
I think what's on first, actually, and look who's over there is the third baseman or something like that.
All I know is who's on first, and Chu is in center field.
Hinsu Chu?
No, yeah, Sen-Chu Chu.
Yeah, something like that.
Never forget his major league debut for the Indians. The announcer said, "We finally have a big league Chu."
Oh, I like it.
That was awesome.
A big league Chu.
Not as good as the night that the Reds had a outfield of Young, Franks, and Steins. That was the best one ever.
Jeff obviously is a huge baseball fan.
I'm sure nobody out there knows that already.
No, I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, Lou Storm just chimed in with Buddy's mystery score. Yeah, that's definitely something that over the last couple days been listening to every squad that they've run. They announced the mystery score, and I don't think anybody's hit it yet. It's up over $700. I know yesterday one of the squads, it was the second game. It took 250 to hit the mystery score, so it's tough enough to bowl 250 on the nose, let alone do it in the right game to be able to hit that pot. So thank you, Lou, for chiming in on that one. That's a good little tip to throw out there.
Head on over to lanes 23 and 24. Looks like these guys are going to go play some golf today.
That wouldn't be a bad idea if it was about 40 degrees cooler. So once again, for those of you that are joining us, we're at the Orleans in Las Vegas for the True Amateur Tournament sponsored by Storm Bowling Products. Thanks once again to Mr. Kaufman and his fine staff. They've taken good care of us so far this week for anything that we've needed help with, and then Brad Edelman and his staff for putting this event on. There's also some other events going on in Vegas, so for those of you that are out here for whatever reason, feel free to come on to the Orleans, come upstairs, hang out with us, say hi, bring us in an out burger if you're heading from that direction. So,
hey Jeff, I'm actually down here now on lanes 23 and 24, and yesterday, I think I might have to replace the batteries in this thing, but yesterday it took 720 to make it into the 1 and 8, and just to give you an idea of scoring pace here, Nathan McSwain here is letter A. He shot 232, 197. Now he's in his third game here. Looks like if he spares up, he'll be in the 70s in the fifth. Letter number B here is Howard Loosebrock, and he shot 193, 215. Ron Case down here is letter C, and Ron has bowled 246 and 213, so a pretty good start for him. And Alejandro Oliveras is letter D, 179, 146 start. So there you have it.
Did it say what division those guys were in, Mike?
I'll take another gander.
We also have a TV set up right behind our booth, so people walking by can check out the broadcast feed as well as those of you at home. So another little feature that we tried to bring to you this year for this event.
Looks like we got a little bit of everything down here. Nathan McSwain is in the under division. Howard Loosebrock is in the senior division. Alejandro Oliveras is in the handicap division. And he gets 18 pins a handicap a game. And then it looks like Ron Case is in the middle division. So 246, 213 for Ron Case, letter C. He's going to be getting up on lane 23 right now. Ron opened up with a strike. Missed a single pin spare, 9 spare strike, 9 spare. So he's around the pocket. Looks like he's using a rotor grip disturbed.
And just to explain the divisions, we have 3 different age divisions. We have 39 years of age and under. That's considered the U or the under division. 40 to 55 years old is the middle division. And Dennis Hacker, if you're out there watching, that's the division you would be in. That's the middle division. And then 54 years and over is the senior division. That'd be the S division. There are 2 verified average divisions in this event. 205 and under. Must average under 206 for the last 3 recorded years. Handicap is 80% of 210 with a max of 16 pins per game. And then you have the 189 and under handicap division for bowlers with an average under 189 for the last 2 recorded years. And you must have 2 verifiable averages. Handicap is 80% of 210 with a max of 35 pins per game. And 1 handicap bowler is guaranteed to make the top 5. We have V. Peterson chiming in the chat room. I'm assuming that would be Vernon.
Love it when we have us some Vern Peterson in the chat, no doubt about it. He's still trying to hang on for that eagle.
Yes, exactly. Not too much time left in the USBC Open Championships this year, so.
Our man, Mr. Burkhart, trying to hold on to a doubles title.
That's pretty outstanding bowling by those guys.
Pretty funny. He actually got to meet Alex Aguiar at the Boot Hill, which is Alex is one half of the team that
had the lead.
Yeah, dethroned them.
So while Mike is kind of wandering around, adjusting some volumes on the mics and some of the other wireless stuff, I'll go ahead and do a couple of plugs on some other things that we've got going on. For those of you that are in the Midwest and you're on Facebook, go join us at Lane Lincoln Tournaments. We've got a lot of stuff going on this summer and this fall. This weekend we have 2 events coming up. Later on in early September, we have the Mary Tubner Memorial Team Challenge. Last year we had 29 teams compete for over $30,000 in prize money. It paid almost $9,000 to the winning team. A lot of big names, a lot of teams already reserved, so take a look at that. And also very important to me, the charity that we run. We run a charity that benefits cancer research. It's called Bowl Strong. You can look Bull Strong up on Facebook. Go over there, like the page. We have T-shirts available. You'll be able to donate eventually directly to the fund, and all the money goes directly to benefit cancer research. And not only that one, but while you're on there, go ahead and go check out the Ballard versus the Big C event page. That would be the charity that Dell and Carolyn Ballard both started to benefit cancer research. I believe their money goes to the Baylor University in Dell's name. Dell battled cancer for a while and is healthy again and doing well.
Yeah, how great is that, Jeff?
Yeah, Dell's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. So is Carolyn, and the opportunity to get to work with them very closely on a regular basis is something that I really enjoy. They're great people. They have a great event that they host, the Ballard versus the Big C event that they do. So for those of you out there, I can't think of too many people that haven't been affected by cancer in one way or another. Please check out Bull Strong and also Ballard versus the Big C.
So finishing up game number 3 here.
So far, we're seeing a little bit of everything. We've got multiple different age groups, different skill levels. We've got a few ladies out there that are competing. So a little bit of everything. So we're hoping that as the week goes on, we'll be able to put a few names to some of these faces for you and give you a little bit more information about what's going on. But in some of these cases, we're kind of on the learning on the fly, just as you guys are out there in live streaming land.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, Ron Case 246, 213. Just 192 left this game. He's in the middle division. Hey, Jeff, is this mic, was it cutting out a little bit?
It was. Did you make an adjustment on that?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I don't really understand why it's doing that because everything's supposed to be in check, but as I'm walking around, I'm trying to work out the bugs in this guy.
Well, like I said, bear with us a little bit, folks. We're still trying to get everything set up and dialed in. We'll have some camera angles adjusted a little bit better tomorrow to make sure that when we go to split screen, everything's lined up so it's easier to see. So it took us pretty much all day yesterday just simply to get the cameras set up, get everything lined out to where it needs to be, get the booth set up. A lot goes into putting this production on, and we enjoy that part of it as much as we do bringing you guys the action. So bear with us a little bit for today. Today was kind of a bonus day for us to be able to sit up here and stream a little bit. We really weren't expecting to do much until tomorrow. So it was nice to be able to get some of the graphics made today, get everything set up, get some stuff out there to you, and then we'll see how things go as the rest of the week progresses.
I kind of wish I'd brought my bowling shoes. One of these days I'm going to bowl one of these events, Jeff.
I don't think you want me calling the action if you're bowling.
I know that.
Your ego may not be able to take that hit.
I don't think it could, actually. I got to get some lessons.
I know somebody that can handle that for you.
Yeah, Hank Boomershine.
Hank's left-handed. He can't help you. I did get a comment from home about our shirts. I won't repeat what the comment was, but let's just say I don't have a white belt on.
These shirts right here?
Yeah, these shirts right here are lime green colors today. What is tomorrow? Is tomorrow the orange day?
You know, I'm kind
Or
of
is it
day to
royal
day. I haven't
blue?
looked at it yet.
One day we have neon orange. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, here we are, actually.
So
I still got my suntan, my raccoon eyes still kind of hanging out, too.
that was a little funny from the other day when
Yeah.
you showed up looking like you somebody punched you in the face with
Oh, yeah.
painted white fists.
Oh, yeah. Who's Vern talking about looked great?
I'm assuming that'd be Dell.
Oh, yeah. Boy, did he ever. Yeah, Dell really looked good. I was really happy for him, too.
Yeah, speaking of that event, I'm wondering if we're going to have any squads that are going to go till 3 a.m. like the IB Open did this year. That was, I have to admit, even though that was a long night, that was about as much fun as we could possibly have doing live streaming. You know, I'm assuming that you guys had the same amount of fun doing the team challenge last year when we had some technical difficulties that pushed us into the wee hours of the morning, and then had the roll off on top of that for a full game and get done after 3 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, you can go back and watch that. Doug Lakey and I did that final game at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
That was hysterical.
And it was Jody Westner's team with Adam Barda, I think, was on the team. I don't remember who all was on that team. And then Dallas Baldridge, Brian Goebel.
I think Joe Wood was on the other team. So
yeah.
that was interesting. Just some of the mini adventures that we've had doing this stuff.
And you've been in from the very beginning with me, man. You've been in. You were paying attention right away, and you even drove up to be part of some of the events just to sit in a booth. I didn't pay you any gas money or anything. You just did it out of the kindness of your heart. I got to thank you for that.
Well, no problem. I know we did the Women's Bowling Alliance event in St. Louis. That was a lot of fun. I'm a supporter of the sport. You know, anything I can do to help, I'm willing to do within reason, of course. You know, especially when a lot of your events are in the Midwest, and it's a short drive, and I can get there and home, and so on and so forth. So, kind of nice to be able to do something different for a change instead of either bowling or coaching. It's kind of nice to be able to get in the booth, talk a little bowling, promote the sport, and even in our cases, maybe even a little sales.
Yeah, a little sales never hurts anybody at all. So wrapping up game number 3, 2013 TAT Summer Classic. Jeff Carter, Mike Flanagan just getting you started here. Everything's brought to you by Storm. It's the Tuesday qualifying portion of this event. Bowlers will bowl in 3 games. 1 out of 8 will advance into the finals at each division. Finals will be brought to you Saturday evening with a $20,000 champion being crowned. True Amateur Tournament. Check them out at trueamateurtournaments.com. And we want to thank all of our viewers that have been with us already this morning. We'll be gearing up here for a 1 o'clock squad. We will be stepping away, and we will be coming back to bring you more of the action this afternoon. I believe it's 2 more squads, actually, today. So we'll bring in some guests. We'll bring in Brad Edelman. We'll bring in all the different folks that can help educate us about this great event out here in Las Vegas. Vern Peterson was mentioning Del Ballard just a little while ago. So as we get ready to wrap up this portion of our coverage, I'm going to take them out, Jeff, to a music video I put together that features Del Ballard at the beginning and the end. We hope you guys enjoy it. Jeff, you and I are going to head out and grab some lunch, and we'll be back around 1 o'clock with these guys.
Hope everybody joins us and enjoy the break.